Going live. We're live, guys. Welcome back to another live stream on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. Here we go. All right. So I decided to call this one a wave check because I feel like checking in with the mains and the waves, I had a fantastic day today, guys. It was a very beautiful weather here in Budapest. The sun was shining. It's kind of like the last few days that the weather will be this nice, but I am living it up, and I feel extremely exceptionally grateful for this beautiful weather. And so yeah, I have been incorporating daily walks in my routine, and I think you should incorporate daily walks in your routine, like flat out. It's one of the best things that I'm recently doing. It gets your body moving first thing in the morning. You soak up some vitamin D. It's essential for feeling good, like getting some sunlight during the day. It's essential if you want to feel good. Get some sunlight, get your body moving, because you have been laying down in your bed the whole night, and maybe you move a little bit left and right, but you want to start to move. We are made to move our bodies, and I think that a lot of people, they feel not good because they simply don't move enough. Okay, we are not made to be locked up in a house and just sit in front of a computer or on a desk and just like sitting all day and not really moving around. We are not made for that, right? If you look back like back in the day when we were living in tribes like thousands of years ago, we didn't just sit still all the time. We were literally moving around. We were hunting. We were, there, we were resting, but other than that, we were exploring. We were uncovering new territory, right? And our brains get stimulated by new surroundings and new environments, right? There is research being done that shows that different genes and neurotransmitters get turned on in our brains and in our bodies as we expose ourselves to new environments. So going for walks, for example, try to pick new routes, new streets, new areas that you can explore for yourself. And this will it will give you this sense of mindfulness. Like when I'm walking around in a new area and I'm exploring new streets, I'm like, whoa, this is an interesting store, or here's a beautiful park, or I didn't even know this place, and it's amazing, right? Like you feel very, very mindful when you're exploring new territory, and I think that we are designed to do that. So start incorporating daily walks in your routine. It doesn't have to be hours on end. You can just go for a walk and chill out, and it will help you. It will help you. You will feel better doing so. So yeah, yesterday I uploaded a video talking about my commitments and how I aim to upload one video a day for a whole year. And I received a lot of comments from you guys, which I very much appreciate. It was very nice to see that everybody is excited about my journey in a way. And maybe I can talk a little bit about that process, because YouTube is really a marathon. Okay, it's not a sprint. You want to commit to the platform. You want to really commit to the platform. And the things that I've been struggling with during this journey is kind of like finding my voice, right? Because it's a little bit scary also sometimes to truly show yourself, or to really expose yourself to the internet, right? Like people can watch and hear you speak about what you're going through, and sometimes I have struggled with a lot of shame and guilt in my life. Okay, and sometimes speaking about these things is very scary, right? Admitting that, I don't know, I was depressed, or admitting that I struggle with an eating disorder, or admitting that, I did things in my life that I'm not proud of. That is scary to do that, because, it's just not easy to overcome that fear. But I want to do that. I want to really find my voice and share my story, so it becomes relatable with all of you guys, right? The more I share specifics and things that I overcame in my life and where I was, where I used to be, where I'm going, the more relatable it is. And personally, I love when I can hear people talk about their personal experience in a lot of detail, because that shows that it's truly unique to them, and there are things that I can learn from, and that, inspire me to change my life, right? So the things that are now currently going on with me is I am figuring out my voice. I'm figuring out my voice, and it's a long process. It takes a while. Like, it's very interesting to see myself so much. I record myself, I edit the videos, I hear myself talk. So it's a good practice also to see where I can improve my speech, my delivery. I would love to like work on my storytelling, so I want to read some books about storytelling. I think it's a great skill, right? If you can tell an engaging story that people want to hear more about. Like, I would love to be able to tell these great stories and practice the skill, when I'm like when I'm a parent, or when I'm like a grandfather. I can tell my family, or my grandchildren, these lovely stories. And hi, Evelyn, thanks for joining. I'm happy you're here. How are you today? I hope you were having a beautiful Sunday, and that the weather was pretty beautiful where you live as well. Here in Budapest, it was absolutely amazing. So I spent a lot of time outside today, which was great. It always makes me happy to get some sunlight and warm temperatures. Now, working on walking and talking on Mount Vesuvius. You're in great shape and in a good mood. It's nice. Yeah, thank you so much, Evelyn. I feel in a great shape and I feel in a good mood. So that's a good thing. And yeah, walking on, talking on Mount Vesuvius, that's actually something that we had a lot of difficulties with, me and my friend, when we were in Italy. I wanted to record a video walking on the volcano in Italy, and it was quite a challenge to record this. So it's definitely a skill that you need to practice to be able to walk and talk. Yeah, but that also makes me admire, truly admire YouTubers who can do this, who can pull this off. Like, the video quality, like, people don't understand, or people don't realize how much work it takes to record like a high quality video. Like, it's crazy, like, if you want b-roll and you want moving images and you want all this stuff, like, it's crazy. And for us, it's like, oh, we're watching 10-minute video, 12-minute video, and that's it, like 12 minutes. But the hours of work it takes to actually like create this content is very impressive. When I see, like, for example, Christian Guzman. I don't know, it's like a very famous fitness YouTuber, and I think he did like a vlog, a daily vlog for a year, and his production quality is crazy. Like, how does he even do that? Like, it's very admirable, and it's something that I feel very inspired towards. So it's something that I definitely want to experiment with. Evelyn, Evelyn says hi to you. He's a fantastic friend of mine, photographer. Great stuff. Actually, check out his channel if you're interested. Jorim the Lada Portraits on Instagram. He does portrait photography, and he is very talented photographer. So yeah, go admire his work and give his latest post a few likes. It boosts the algorithm and makes him gain more followers, which is a good thing. It's a win-win for everyone. The problem for me is that it's going too fast. And since there are no subtitles in the live, I get lost. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know if I can actually add subtitles during the live. I don't think so. I can speak a little bit slower. Maybe that helps. I try to articulate as good as I can, so you can understand at least a little bit of what I'm saying. Thanks for the shout out, my man. I'll repay with Twix pancake, bro. I love you so much, dude. I'm looking forward to the Twix pancake. I hope they have lactose and sugar-free ones, because nowadays I'm experimenting with a new diet, actually. Maybe that's something that I could talk about, because I think that diet is a very underrated factor in our health, in our well-being. Mental health is definitely impacted by our diet, right? And so I have like chronic inflammation in my eyes. Okay, they always look a little bit red, and it's called blepharitis. And I have had this like all my life. But I talked with a few people and they mentioned that, okay, maybe you can experiment with removing lactose from your diet and sugar, because it can cause a chronic inflammation in your body. Too much sugar, too much lactose can cause chronic inflammation. And so I am experimenting with this right now by removing lactose and sugar from my diet. And I want to see if the inflammation is actually getting better, right? And I will definitely report back on this and see if it's actually changing. But I can totally feel that consuming too much dairy products is not good for me. Like my skin starts to break out and I just don't really feel that good. So I've been raised with milk every single day, like glasses of milk, just tons of milk. So I'm used to consuming a lot of dairy, but nowadays I try to eliminate that from my diet. And I think that it's definitely having an impact on how I feel in general. So maybe something that you could experiment with as well. Of course, Twix pancakes might be an exception to that rule, especially if my best friend gives them as a treat. Anyways, yes, dairy products are not very good. You're right to delete. I really think so, Evelyn. So it's and the thing is, like, it becomes more mainstream or more popular nowadays, right? There's more restaurants offering lactose-free options, and like ice cream shops with lactose-free ice cream and stuff like that, which is great. I actually went to grab some lactose-free ice cream yesterday with a friend, and he enjoyed it very much. So that was a very good experience. So guys, yeah, just get out there, man. Just go out there, hang out with people, soak up some sunlight, get your body moving. Staying inside and being alone all the time, it's really not good, guys. Like I spend so much time by myself, and I sometimes sink into that. How would I say? It's kind of like a habit almost, or like an automatic behavior of mine to isolate myself a little bit, or to not want to be socially active and stuff. But every time I push myself a little bit to be social, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I feel less alone. I feel more engaged with life, and it just puts me in a better mood, right? Just relating to other people, cracking some jokes, having a good time. It's so important. Like we are social creatures. We are social beings, and being surrounded by the people we love, it's just so important. And I have to remind myself regularly that this is the case, right? And sometimes I can slip into this dark mental place. I'm like, and my life sucks and everything is bad and I don't feel good. And how can I get out of this? And then usually the best way for me is actually to literally get out of the house and literally just go hang out with some people that I love. And that puts me almost immediately in a better mood, right? That's just that makes the biggest change. And we can crack some jokes and we can have a good time. And that's lovely. That's just wonderful. And so yesterday, that's actually also a really cool thing. So at the gym that I go to, I like to go to the gym, and there is the owner. Chaba is his name. The owner, was his birthday, and so he organizes a party at the gym. So everybody from the gym goes to the party, and there is free alcohol that's being served there. And so you meet people at the gym, and you just like, okay, you familiar faces, you say hi, you're just talking to them, or you just you recognize them. And so he throws this party and everybody shows up, and then people are a little bit drunk or tipsy, and you just like meet so many people that you actually kind of know, but you don't really talk to them. And so at the party, it's a great setting to actually get to know these people. And I made like a huge amount of new friends. And today I went to the gym, and everybody, like the people were there, and it was very hangover, and people like it's hilarious. Like, people are spending so much time working on their bodies, being healthy, and then you see them at the parties getting drunk. It's hilarious. But I'm very, very grateful for that. It's a great experience, and I have actually dreamed of opening my own gym at some point. Maybe like when I settle down somewhere, I would love to open my own gym, and I would totally do that. Like I would host a party at the gym so people can just like socialize and get to know each other, and that makes the community, like the gym turns into this community, and everybody knows each other, and it's so cool. Like I love this. I really love this. So it's a very, very very pleasant experience, and I had a great time. It was a fantastic party yesterday that I really liked. So yeah, um what else can I talk about, guys? Let's see. Maybe, I don't know. I just feel quite good, to be honest. I feel super chill, very relaxed, very calm. I can see there's a few people joining, and I welcome, guys. Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you're here. I always feel very grateful when you join for the conversation. I love doing these. I really love doing these. And I remember the first time when I did this, the first ever, I was so nervous. Oh my God, I was so nervous. And now I'm like, it's chill, like it's becoming a regular thing. Live stream number 10. That's crazy to think about. It's 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Wow. Time goes so fast, guys. And so yeah, I have big plans with the channel, man. Like I have big plans. I actually want to record like a video talking about my goals in a year, and then another video talking about my goals in 2 years and 3 years and 5 years, and then just like upload them and publish them the date that I actually want to achieve these goals. I think that's such a cool idea. Just talk about your goals, upload the video, release it, the date 1 year from now, for example, and then 3 years or 5 years, and then it like uploads automatically, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I recorded this, and this is now my reality. Imagine that. That is, I think that's one of, like, it's such an interesting concept to me. You have an idea, you have a goal, you have a vision, you think about this, you work towards that goal, and then you actually like make it happen. That is so crazy. Like, it starts with an idea in your mind. It starts with an idea, and then you back it up with action, daily action, commitments. Okay, I commit to daily uploads here on the channel. I commit to daily gym workouts. I commit to, a lot of things. And so in a year from now, in the 3 years, 5 years, that goal or that vision will become a reality. It starts to take shape. It's incredible how you can manifest ideas into reality simply by putting in the time and the effort. That's just blows my mind. My first live stream was the most amazing thing. Live stream. Yeah, that was a good time, bro. That was really, really good time, actually. Like, you were sitting in the bathtub in Italy with a mountain view, holding your glass of wine, and I was just live streaming in the garden. Amazing experience. Hey, Marina, how are you? Thank you for joining. I'm happy that you're here. I love your comments. Thank you for your compliment on my voice. I was very pleased with that compliment, and it touched me. So thank you for that. I guess it's not easy. I admire you for that. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Well, it's a challenge, but I'm not complaining. It's something that I want to do, that I want to commit to, and it has personal value. Like, it's important for me personally to do this. And I talked with someone who is like specialized in social media and all this stuff, and she told me like, well, what, you're doing daily uploads, you're gonna get shadow banned on YouTube because they don't like that you post every day. I'm like, oh, that sucks, but still, like, I want to do this as a personal commitment, as a challenge for myself. And if that causes the YouTube algorithm to not expose my content to more people, then so be it, right? It's more like something that I want to achieve for myself. And then when I'm laying on my deathbed, I can look back and I'm like, damn, bro, you did it, man. You did a whole year of daily YouTube video uploads. That's crazy to think about, and I want to be proud of that, right? Like, it's an achievement, it's an accomplishment, and I will not give up. I will really not give up, because it's too important to me personally, and I've made it happen so far. So I'm like, only 5 more months, I can do this, man. I can do this. We can do this, guys. We can do this. We can do this. You can totally do this. So I appreciate all your support, and yeah, good vibes. I'm good, thanks. I'm very good, Marina. I'm really good, actually. I had a great weekend. The weather was super, super nice here in Budapest, and that puts me in a good mood, guys. Really, like, the weather, it's such an underrated factor. And when I'm like feeling a little bit under the weather, literally, it's usually also because the weather is not as good. And good weather is really important for my mental health, for my well-being. And sunshine just puts me in a good mood. Honestly, it's a crucial factor to my optimism and happiness. I couldn't, I don't think I could live in a place where it's super dark and cold and rainy all the time. Like, it would just make me very, very unhappy. So I decided to move to other places where it's warm and sunny. Okay, and if you don't, we will kick you. Well, I like it that you hold me so accountable. You're free to kick my ass if I don't keep my commitments. But I'm sure I will, so you will not have to kick my ass. You can kick my ass for other reasons. There's sometimes things that I need to get my ass kicked for. But that is a whole other topic. But yeah, the commitment for the channel is here, and I'm gonna make it happen, guys. I'm gonna make it happen. It's a journey. It's very interesting journey, and I love everybody that joins for the journey. It's just such a privilege. It's honestly a privilege. I feel so grateful to be in this position, to be able to even do this, right? Like, so many people, they don't have the time or the resources or whatever it may be, and I feel so grateful that I have the opportunity to share my thoughts and to connect with all of you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. But I want to also start to share my thoughts a little bit more, like, a little bit more polarizing. I want to share my opinions a little bit more forcefully, okay? Not in a disrespectful way, but really like say that this is how I think about stuff. And I'm a little bit scared of doing that sometimes, because I'm like, you say something and you record it and then it's online forever, like you can't really remove it. However, people grow, people change, and you can change your mind. You are entitled to change your mind anytime you want, right? That is the thing. Like, I fear that once I have an opinion, or I make a statement, or I say something, then it's like forever the case. That's not true. You can change your mind. Look at science, right? Science changes every so often. Like every 10 years, they discover totally new theories, new proof that um, removes the old beliefs and the old hypotheses. It's a constant thing. The paradigm shifts are all over history. Copernicus with the center of the universe, and then the sun turns out to be the center, and then it turns out that our solar system is not at all the center of the universe. And so it constantly changes. Same thing with nutrition, training, all these things that I'm very much into. I actually, I used to be extremely interested in nutrition and training. I still am, but I used to be obsessed about it, constantly doing research. And then I took a different stance to diet and nutrition, where I was like, okay, it's more about balance. Like, too much of anything is not good. And you have people who are so freakish about the nutrition, and it turns into this kind of like religion, and you can, how would I say, like, find evidence for just about any claim in the nutrition realm. People say carbs are good, fats are bad, and then there's proof that studies that show fats are good and carbs are bad, or the other way around. Everything has its research, and can prove certain claims. So right now I'm more like, okay, what works for me? What is the balance? Too much of anything is not good. Let me try and experiment with removing lactose and sugar from my diet, see how it affects me, and then I can report back on that, and I can hopefully, inspire some people to give it a try. Because I learned from other people doing stuff, and I'm like, okay, it works for them, so maybe it also works for me. And you never know until you try. So that is a mindset that I really have grown over the years, is that you have to try things for yourself. You can read about it, you can talk about it, you can philosophize about it, but until you actually take action, and until you actually try it out yourself, you will never know if it helps or not. You will never know, right? So me telling you go for walks in the morning, okay, try it out and see for yourself if it actually helps you, okay? And then you can have an opinion about it. Then you can really decide whether it is effective or not. And I'm sure you will like it, and you will start to talk about it to others. You will be like, hey, you're feeling a little bit off lately, go for walks in the morning, you'll start to feel better. And it's true. And I want to promote physical exercise, healthy diet, mindfulness, introspection, journaling, all these things. They're really helping me with, you know my well-being, okay? And I want to improve other people's well-being. I want to support your well-being. I want to support you growing into your best self, and suffering less. Because life can be very hard sometimes, and you can feel very alone with your suffering. And if you have the right tools and the right people around you, it can relieve a lot of that suffering. And that is ultimately the goal of what I do, to relieve people's suffering, to help them reach their goals, to help them optimize their habits, their mental well-being, because it's so 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 important, guys. Like, it's so important. I think that there is this stigma around mental health in a way. Like, people, it's becoming better. People are talking about it a lot more nowadays, but mental health is the number one thing. Without good mental health, you will not feel good, you will not be able to achieve anything, you will feel sluggish and nihilistic and bad, and all these negative feelings, because you're not prioritizing your mental health. So I think you should absolutely prioritize your mental health. Like, 1 hour a day to learn about mental health, to learn about your brain, to practice mindfulness meditation. It's nothing. 1 hour, it's literally nothing. But most people, they don't even take the time to invest in their mental health, because I think it doesn't make sense, or it's a waste of time. Well, I can assure you that it's the best investment you can make, right? If you put in the time and the effort, and you actually optimize your mental health, and with that your physical health and your well-being in general, that is the best investment you can make. Okay, because without good health, you can do nothing. You're not, you can't perform. It's not good. So you want to work on that. And I commit to daily learning. Daily learning it's such a good habit to have. Just learn something new every day. Our brains are made to learn new stuff. You want to stay engaged with life, so pick up a book or find a course online. There's lots of platforms where you can learn a whole lot of stuff, like Skillshare, Udemy, or Coursera. There's lots of free stuff. And just learn things, learn things, get interested in stuff. Maybe a new skill, or like I'm doing a new language. It's fun, guys. It's fun. See your progress, to make improvements in your cognitive functioning, to understand something. It's the best feeling when you're like, you're trying to understand something and you don't know, and you really don't get it. And then after a while, by doing more research and doing some exercises or whatever it may be, all of a sudden it clicks and you're like, oh my god, yes, now I get it. And you're so proud of yourself for pushing through and for learning these new skills or information, whatever it may be, right? So I highly recommend you commit to daily learning. Daily learning, it's a staple in my routine, in my habits, and it's really important, guys. Like, you can learn anything. You can learn a skill, you can learn an instrument, you can learn how to relate to people, you can learn how to talk, you can learn how to deal with mental illnesses, you can learn whatever. You can learn anything, especially nowadays with the internet. You have everything at your fingertips. That's the craziest thing. Like, you have all the knowledge in the world at your fingertips. How crazy is that? That is just blowing my mind. Today, I only want to listen, but I am not able. I totally agree with your thoughts again. Hi to all of you. Hey, guys. Hello. So I'm leaving. Bye. See you. Bye, everyone. Bye, Marina. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us for the conversation. I don't just what you speak. I listen to your advice and put it into practice, because I realize that you make my life easier thanks to your wisdom. Evelyn, that's literally the best thing you can tell me. Honestly, like, that's what I do this for, and I feel incredibly grateful that my advice and my experiences inspire you to change your life, right? To commit to bettering yourself. That's the best thing, honestly. That's why I do this. And I have lived my life exactly that way. There were other people talking about their advice and their experiences, and I learn from them and I implement. So it's really about learning and implementing, taking action, and creating this kind of like feedback loop, right? Where you implement something and you kind of like assess the results. And what I found in my life is that committing to something for an extended period of time is the best approach. If you just try something for like a week or 2 days, nothing's gonna come from that. Like, I know people, oh, I tried meditation, it didn't work for me. And I'm like, yeah, but how many times did you meditate? Oh, maybe like 2 or 3 times, like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, duh, of course it's not working. You have to commit to practicing for at least like a month or so. Okay, give it some time, and that's when you will start to see the results, and that's when it pays off. And so many people, they give up before the results start coming, right? So that's a really powerful mindset or belief to install, is that okay, commit to something and give it the time it needs to actually yield results. And yes, you have to push through some discomfort, and yes, sometimes you will doubt yourself, like I do. Sometimes I doubt whether I'm doing the right thing. But doing this then and talking to you guys and seeing the impact that I'm making, that is fueling my commitments, that is fueling my dedication to this project, for example. And I know it's gonna come. It's already there. I'm growing this channel every single day, and it's already coming, right? So stick to something for a long enough period of time, but also be aware of when it's actually like draining you or when it's not a good idea, right? You have to know and find the balance between pushing yourself and wasting your time and energy. Okay, I could start training for NBA basketball and, like, try to become the best basketball player in the world. I'm too short for that. Like, it's not an excuse, it's just it's just a fact. I'm too short to become the number one NBA player in the world. It's just a waste of my time and energy if I would try to pursue that. Okay, but there's a lot of other things that I can pursue and that are actually a good investment of my time. And so it's important for you to evaluate what is that for yourself. And the place you want to start at is your values. What are your values? What is important to you? And you can look up lists online, like, what are values? And you can pick the ones that resonate with you, because you will read the list, you'll read the words, and there will be a few that really resonate with you. And those are usually the ones that you find important. And if you figure these out, then you can build your life around these values. Okay, if you value, I don't know, discipline or beauty or for social interaction or whatever it may be, this can give you a clear ballpark where you want to focus your attention. And that has helped me tremendously in my life, like becoming clear on my values and what I find important. That has allowed me to build my life the way I am living it right now, and that is incredibly fulfilling. And I would have not made it here if I didn't figure out my values, and if I didn't commit to bettering myself. I would not be here. Literally, I wouldn't be here. you know I was in a very dark place in my teenage years, and I was hospitalized twice. And so I was about to die almost, because I was so underfed and so weak. And so that's the rock bottom that we all hit, and some people don't make it, and that is very, very sad to say, but it's true. Some people just don't make it, and it is terrible. And luckily I made it, and I made the commitment to actually better myself. And of course, it's a long journey, and it required a lot of time and effort. But now I can safely say that I came such a long way, and I was able to get my life back on the rails, and do now what I love to do. And I want to continue down this path and make an even bigger impact, right? That's ultimately the goal, to leave a legacy, almost to create an impact on the world that is positive and that helps people, that truly helps people. Okay, that is what is, I think, my most important metric. Like, am I actually truly helping people? And sometimes it's hard, right? Because you don't get the feedback that you need to know whether you are making an impact. Okay, so that's why I'm so grateful if you guys leave comments and if you guys engage, because that gives me the signals that what I'm doing is actually making a difference. It's having an impact on your lives, and that is giving me the fuel that I sometimes need to keep pushing, right? So it's a we are building this channel. It's not me. We are building this channel. Okay, you guys are giving me the courage and the persistence to continue doing this, and that's so valuable to me. And I feel so grateful that you guys are here, honestly. So yeah, I just thought it was appropriate for me to tell that, like, we are building this channel. It's not me. Okay, so thank you guys for that. I really, really appreciate it. We overestimate what we can do in one day, but we underestimate what we can done in 10 years. That is exactly the thing. That's so true. Like, people don't know the importance of time. Okay, the curve is usually like this. It goes flat and you see no progress whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, boom, you go exponentially higher. And people think that, oh, overnight success, or all of a sudden I became successful. No, it's all the time you spent before that you didn't see any progress, but there was actually like an accumulation of knowledge and skill and time and effort, and then all of a sudden it starts to take off. That's precisely what happens in most people's lives when they commit to something and seriously show up and show dedication to their projects. And I think that's incredibly powerful to realize that, and to know this, because you need faith, you need hope that you're able to make it. And you truly are. We all are able to make it, as long as we really push through and have faith that we are capable and able to achieve great things. I really think that so many people underestimate their potential, and I want to inspire you to become aware of that potential. Okay, by following along for the journey, by seeing that what I'm doing can allow you, your doing allows others doing. This has always been a very powerful mindset and quote for me. Okay, so by your doing, you allow other people to do similar things. Okay, by treating people kindly, people will see that it's possible to treat people kindly, for example. Or by committing to a project, they gain the confidence in themselves to also commit to a project. And that is the best way to inspire others, is by walking the walk and not only talking the talk. And that is exactly what I try to do here on the channel. And we walk the talk, we walk the walk. Okay, we build this together, and that is just a fantastic experience, honestly. I love languages and history, and through listening to Dimash, I learned Russian now, and I bought a keyboard and started to learn piano playing. That's amazing. Like, honestly, that is so cool to hear, and I think it's one of the coolest things. If you're like learning new skills as you're getting older, I would love to learn until I basically die. Like maybe when I'm 70, I want to learn a new instruments or new languages, whatever it may be. I think that I will find a lot of joy in doing that as I'm aging, and I would love to have my grandchildren teach me stuff and things like that. That seems to me like the greatest thing. Like, to have grandchildren teach me how to use like the iPhone 25 or whatever. And I'm like, what is this? And like, please teach me that. That sounds like the most cool experience. Okay, guys, I think we will. Yeah, I need to learn English. Well, start small. Duolingo, Pimsleur, incredible resources. Listen to me speak. Hopefully, you can learn some English from my videos. And it's a very, very valuable skill, because you can communicate with the world if you're able to speak English. So it's a good investment of your time. It absolutely is. So, yeah, just daily practice, small steps. And I'm sure in a year from now, you will be fluently English speaking, Numa. All right, guys, I will end it here. I've been talking for 38 minutes, almost 40 minutes now. So my voice is starting to become a little bit harsh and raw. So I want to thank you all for being here with me. I had a fantastic time. I was in a very happy and chill mood, and I just really enjoyed the conversation. Um, so I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week, 8 p.m. Sunday. I do these every week, Sunday, 8 p.m. CET. And they're just like a great part of my weekend. Honestly, I'm looking forward to doing these every time. And I feel very grateful that you guys were here together with me. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Numa, Evelyn, Yorim, Angela, and everyone else. Marina already left, and all the other people tuning in. Thank you so much for being here with me. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for my next video. Okay. See you later, guys. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you all next week for another live stream. Okay. Thanks, guys. Ciao, ciao. See you later. Okay.